So good afternoon everyone. Today we are making diphenhydramine hydrochloride syrup. And as you all know, syrups are actually concentrated, they're sweet, and they're aqueous preparations, right? So today we'll be making diphenhydramine hydrochloride syrup, which is also known as Benadryl in the marketed formulation. So we have different components in the syrup, as you can see in your handout. And the formula is given for 100 ml syrup. However, we are making only 60 milliliters of the syrup, right? So you will be doing calculations and calculating the amount of each ingredient. So for the first ingredient, you have diphenhydramine. Hydrochloride. And for 100 ml, how much you need? 250 milligrams. And you can solve for your 60 ml preparation. So for 60 ml, how much do you need? So we can calculate that, and whatever number you get, you will be using that for your calculations, right? Similarly, the next ingredient that you have is, what's the next one? The red dye. So this is an important calculation because it involves percentage as the calculation step. Okay, and what's the concentration that you want to achieve? 0.01%. Okay, and what is the stock solution concentration for this ingredient? 10%. So whenever you have a stock solution, you have to figure out the exact volume of the stock solution that will give you the required 0.01% strength in the final preparation, right? So the very easy equation that you can do is C1V1 equals to C2V2. So C1 and V1, they stand for the stock, and C2 and V2 stands for the desired preparation. So C1 is the stock, so we know that it's 10% weight by volume, and V1, that's what we are looking for. C2 is your final concentration in your 60 ml preparation, which is 0.01, and your V2 is the final volume that you're dispensing to the patient, right? So that is 60 milliliters. So V1, you can solve for that, and you get how much? The volume that you get is in milliliters, okay? So if this volume is less than 0.4 milliliters, it means that you cannot measure it accurately with the given glasswares that you have in the lab. So then you have to perform a dilution, right? And you all know how to do the dilution step. Okay, so you take the measured quantity of the stock solution, you dilute that up to 10 ml or 100 milliliters, and then from there, you again do the C1V1 and C2V2 calculation and figure out the exact volume that will give you the 0.01% concentration of the red dye. Okay, it's clear? Similarly, you will just do the calculations for the rest of the ingredients that you have in your prescription. Okay, so you have sucrose, because obviously sucrose is required for providing the sweetness. Okay, and the dye gives you the color. Okay, what is the flavoring agent in this preparation? Vanillin, right? So vanillin is the flavor, and then you also have anything else that you have in the preparation? Water. So water is used as the vehicle because it's an aqueous preparation, so you need water to dissolve the sucrose, right? And what is the method that we are utilizing in this product? We are using heat method. So if you remember in the lecture, we talked about different methods of syrup formulation. So what are these different methods? The first one was heat, the second one was percolation, third one was adding a medicated liquid to the syrup, and finally you can also use agitation, which is just dissolving the sucrose in water with simple stirring method, right? So these are the 4 different methods to formulate the syrup. However, in today's lab we are using heat method followed by a simple dissolution method to dissolve all the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so what is the procedure? You weigh out all the necessary ingredients given in the formulation based upon your calculation, right? Then you dissolve your sucrose in water with heat. When we are doing heating method, it's really important for us to focus on the temperature, right? because we cannot go beyond a certain temperature as it will result in burning of the sugar, right? So we want to make sure that when we are heating our sucrose in water, the temperature should always be below 65 degrees Celsius. Okay? So once the entire sugar component is dissolved in the water, you get your syrup. However, because it's a medicated syrup, it's not just a plain sugar syrup, you have to have your drug, which is your diphenhydramine, hydrochloride, add the flavor, add the colorant in a separate beaker, and then mix the two things together. Okay, so that will give you the final diphenhydramine hydrochloride syrup. Alright, so once you formulate your syrup, let it cool down and then label the preparation appropriately and dispense. Yeah, any questions? So what are the labeling things that will be on the label? You will have a patient name, the physician's name, the date, the name of the product, the quantity in which you are dispensing the product, and report the concentration of the drug in milligrams per teaspoon. Okay? Any auxiliary information that is required? Yes. We need to protect this product or store this product in a cool and a dry place. Because the product contains diphenhydramine hydrochloride, what is the property of this drug? It can cause drowsiness because of this antihistamine property. So you need to put that label as well. May cause drowsiness. Any questions?